Episode 11. Jacob tells the Duprees that Bill went to the state attorney's office to press charges on Danny for pulling a gun on him and Haley at the wedding. So everyone's upset, but Jacob has to do his job, so everyone agrees to just let him take her on down to the station, and they'll meet them down there at the station. And I mean, he's going over and beyond. He's not cuffing her. Well, he cuffed her, but he turned off the lights. He came in a different way. He is her son-in-law. So, I mean, the man is doing his best. I mean, goodness gracious. They act like they're above the law. But, as we've been going through these episodes, we see that a lot of people in Fairmount feel that way about the Duprees. Here we go again. Dr. McBride, resident gambling addict. He's right back there at the casino. I mean, some people do not learn. They don't. He's right back there at trying to run up more debt. And his friend Randy walks into the casino. And Randy is a good friend. He's doing his best to tell this dude, look, you got fresh credit. Your debts is paid off. You can walk out of here with a clean slate. You don't have to worry about it. You won't have to owe Joey anything. Dr. McBride is saying, well, why you didn't tell me he's such a nice guy? And Randy's looking at him like, dude, are you stuck on stupid? Like, yeah, he's nice until he's not nice. And if you keep running up debt, the next time he's not going to absolve that debt, and you're going to end up on his bad side. That's basically what Randy is trying to tell him in so many words. But I got a feeling I'm on a good streak as always. So yeah. Next, Naomi tells Jacob that he let Bill turn him into a errand boy for him, and that she hopes it's worth it because she'll never forgive him for arresting her mother. And I think that's unfair. She knew that when she married Jacob that he was an officer and that he had to uphold the law. And your family is not above the law. Your mother did do something wrong. She discharged a firearm at a public event. And if anybody else did it, they would be going to jail too. So your mom's not above the law. Next, we got Nicole is still on the hospital rooftop with Leslie, aka Anita, and she's telling Nicole that she lost her husband a couple of months ago. I guess this fictitious husband is Ted, and that she can't go on. So then she proceeds to throwing her leg over the ledge. I mean, she's so dramatic. If you didn't know any better, you would think that she was on a commercial or acting in a play or something. I mean, just this lady has some serious issues. Nicole finally gets to her and tells her, let's get you off this ledge. Come down to my office. We can talk about whatever's going on with you. She told her it's free of charge, so you don't have to worry about that. And Leslie, which was never going to jump off the ledge anyway, said, okay, yeah, I'm ready. And then walks down with Nicole. And Nicole should have known something then. Like, this woman, if you was in such a desperate need to jump, and then all of a sudden you change. Or maybe, Nicole is a psychiatrist and somebody's moods is switching like that. Yeah, I would say they need help. So, Nicole is getting off the elevator with Leslie, aka Anita. And Ted is waiting by the nurse's station. And he recognizes Leslie's voice. So he looks up and Leslie turns around and winks at him. Next we have Bill. He's arriving at the police station saying he wants to see Danny in an orange jumpsuit. See, and this is what I mean about Bill. He's a low down, dirty drama king. He just wants to stick it to Danny. He just wants to do whatever he can to antagonize her. I don't know what that's about. Maybe there was some secret hate for her family's prestige. I don't know, but this guy is some type of masochist type. And what makes it even worse is that he just got married a day ago. He's supposed to be going on his honeymoon, I believe, the day of or the next day. And he's trying to make Danny more miserable. If I was Haley, she really needs to be looking at why he married her. Because now I'm thinking, was it really for love? So next we have Haley, and she's arriving at the police station, and she is pissed, as she should. She's telling Bill that not letting the incident at the wedding go is starting to really affect her, and she wants to know why is he continuing to go at it with Danny and the Duprees when he should be celebrating them. Good question. In many ways, she's asking him, do you still have feelings for her, and what is this about? Because something's going on here. And Bill says he doesn't have feelings. Something's going on. Haley says to prove it by dropping the charges against Danny. Haley puts it to him and makes him put up or shut up. And so he had no choice but to go ahead and drop the charges against Danny. It makes me wonder, if she didn't tell him that, how far would he have went? So we have Ted, and he's asking Leslie, why is she there at the hospital? And then we move on to our resident gambling junkie, Dr. McBride. I'm getting tired of Dr. McBride already. He's really getting on my nerves. And I know he has a problem, but my goodness. So Dr. McBride says he has a winning streak at the poker table. Of course you got a winning streak at the poker table. Anybody who goes to the casino, especially if they go regularly, knows that they will allow you to win so much. And the game is to make you think that you're gaining an advantage. And then soon as you're thinking that, oh, I'm unstoppable, boom, then they take the chair from you. I mean, come on now. This is gambling 101. They do it all the time. His friend Randy is warning him to leave while he's still in the black. And this idiot ain't listening. He's just not listening. So next we have Bill, and he's just dropping the charges against Danny. And Danny says that she's not thanking him or Haley, of course. Moving on. So Jacob asks Naomi, can he come home, because he's still in the doghouse with Naomi. She tells him he should have gave her a heads up, and that she says she doesn't trust him anymore. And I don't think that's fair. The man has to do his job. He can't tell you, give you a heads up just because it's your mama. That's not fair. Nobody else is getting a heads up when their family member is doing anything to get locked up. So again, it's that entitlement for me. So next we have Ted, and he's warning Leslie to don't mess with his wife. He said that he and Leslie had an affair and that he paid her off. So wait 1 minute. That ain't the story that Leslie gave Eva. She acted as if she and Ted was in a relationship and that he left her for Nicole. So basically, Leslie is delusional and making up stories and got this girl Eva all upset, thinking that Ted was some deadbeat, walked away from the family because he saw a pretty rich woman, and that wasn't even the case. So Ted asks Leslie, how much will it take for her to go away? And he tells her if she comes for Nicole again, he will destroy her. Next, we have Haley, and she asks Bill, can he stop antagonizing Danny? and that I'm gonna go ahead and answer that question. Bill don't need to answer it. No, he ain't gonna stop antagonizing Danny. He gonna antagonize Danny as long as he got breath in his body. That is his mission in life from now on. So she tells Bill if he wants the marriage to work, girl, you done married a darn narcissist. He ain't caring about none of that. He gonna keep doing what he's doing. Next, we got Danny, and she's telling her mom that Bill still wants her. That's why he drops the charge. That's why he dropped the charges. Oh my gosh. The delusion is great in this story. My goodness. These people, a lot of them are delulu for real. You got Danny over here thinking this man still want her when he's just a narcissist who likes to inflict pain. And you got Leslie with her delusional self. And I mean, the list goes on. And oh my goodness. Oh, and Dr. McBride. Oh, Lord. So Anita's looking at Danny like, are you out of your mind? Haley is the one who got you off. She threatened Bill that if he didn't drop the charges, that she was going to leave him. And Danny's like, no, Bill doesn't do what he doesn't want to do. And these two, oh God, what? I can't with them. She tells Anita that she loves Bill's miserable, stubborn self and that she would take him back in a heartbeat. And you know what? She ain't lying. She would. She would. And that's what makes it so sad. And that ends episode 11. Episode 12. So the Duprees are getting prepared for Dr. Nicole's interview at Vernon and Anita's house. And next we have Bill and Haley. They're also preparing for an interview because narcissist Bill heard that the Duprees were holding an interview at their home for Dr. Nicole to talk about her award that she was getting. But in Bill fashion, he thinks that it's a coded ruse, that was really, the interviewer is really there to talk about him, and that the Duprees are going to drag his name through the mud. So he's going to beat them by having an interview as well, and he's going to drag them and tell the interviewer about the Duprees, which this is just getting ridiculous. And so Haley tells Bill that it's getting really old watching him go back and forth with the Duprees. And I mean, like, she's not even a week into the marriage, and she's saying that it's getting old. Girl, you got a long way to go. I'm wondering how long she's going to last in this marriage, because if she thinks that Bill is going to stop, she's out of her mind. This dude is just beginning. Next, Bill is holding the press conference, and Haley is standing there on the side. She's rolling her eyes, and Bill is dragging Danny and the Duprees. He's still talking about the wedding fiasco, of course. I mean, goodness gracious. I think this dude is going to be talking about this fiasco all the way into next year. Might be the year after that as well. Next, we have Dr. Nicole, and she's being interviewed in her parents' home. The Duprees are being asked about the wedding fiasco starring Danny, and Anita tells the interviewer that she doesn't condone Danny's behavior. And then the interviewer tells the Duprees that Bill is holding a press conference and that he's accusing Danny of mental deterioration. Of course he is. Next, we have Kat and Chelsea, and they're at the country club. And Kat asks Chelsea to go out. Let's go out for the night and celebrate, because she knew that Chelsea was going through so much with her parents and that whole situation. And Chelsea is telling her that she's going back out with the couple that she was with before, and that they like to be discreet, and that she's really liking them. And it's like, I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious about where she thinks this is going. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she wants like that TLC show, Seeking Sister Wife, where they all cohabitate together and then they have a spiritual marriage. But if you watched it, it was, especially season, I believe that 1 and 2, it was a couple on there, a black couple. Oh, the Snowdens. And this guy, yeah, they had to fire him, him and his wife, because the sister wives was escaping and they were claiming abuse and claiming that he was holding them against their will and making them watch his kids and cook and clean. And yeah, it was a whole mess going on. So I don't know, Chelsea, maybe you need to watch that show before you think about going any further with this throuple situation. So next, Kat gets a call from Tomas and he's asking her out on a date. And prior to Tomas calling Kat to ask her out for a date, he had asked Bill in the office if he was okay with him asking Kat out for a date. And of course, Bill told him, like, I don't have anything to do with your personal life. But I think in many ways, Bill probably was excited because he loves to be mixed in with anything that says Dupree on it. So he loves to get messy. And so his messy bud would love to be involved in some form of fashion. We shall see. And so Kat tells Tomas that she's headed out of town, but that when she gets back, that they can go on a date and she'll cook for him. And that ends episode 12.